If you have a story or a topic that you would like to explore with us, please get in touch using one of the links in the description. We are recording interviews now. All events depicted in this podcast are real. However, the names, locations, and some details have been changed for the privacy of those involved. Hello and welcome to Walking on Eggshells with an Emotional Vampire, a podcast that above all things is about family.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, perfect. So I'm recording.
Beautiful. Okay. It's cool to hear your voice finally.
I know I've heard you guys before, but you guys haven't heard me.
I was actually expecting you to say it's cool to hear your voice as well, but then I realized you obviously heard it so many times before.
Yeah, I've heard you guys I think like 7 episodes now, so about 7 or 8 times. Yeah.
So about 7 or 8 hours of just us talking.
Yes, and I've loved all 7 or 8 hours of it. So
Really?
yeah, well, like okay. I truly have.
I can honestly say that I will never forget the day that I met Maggie. Well, you were, so when I first started talking to you was literally on the day that my daughter was born. That was the first time we started talking.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I'm like, there's no way that I'm just talking to this person today and they're having a baby. Like, this can't be real. I'm like, and they're in Australia too. Like, this just seems a little out there.
And while it might seem odd that as Lily pushed a bowling ball-sized human being through her uterus for 29 hours, I was texting a complete stranger. It kind of wasn't.
That is a long labor.
Yeah, it was pretty
29
wild.
hours.
Yeah.
So kudos to your wife. That is incredible.
In fact, it was kind of great. But you were kind of like super mummy because you had a bunch of kids, and then so I don't know. It was kind of good because any questions I had, you seemed to have the answers to, and not like know-it-all answers. Like you gave like understanding advice kind of answers, which was super good.
Well, I'm glad that it was well received, because it's always like hard when you're telling people with their new baby, like, oh, like you don't want to be offensive, like, oh, I'm telling you because I know, like, I have kids, but also at the same point it's like you've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, you know. But
it wasn't because of the awesome baby support that Maggie gave me during and especially after the birth that I wanted to have her record with us. You've got like 3 kids?
I have 2.
2 kids.
I have 2. Yes, 2 and 2 cats. So I guess like maybe they make a 3rd child. But
and it's not her cat lady status either. In fact, if anything, that irritates me about her. But I know that if I don't add this next part, Aria's going to get angry at me. So here it is. Aria has a cat, which I think is like a kid for her.
I love my cat.
Would you consider yourself a cat lady, though?
I think Lucas would consider me a cat lady.
You love that cat. The cat tree, right?
But I only have 1 cat, so...
You can still be a cat lady with 1 cat. I was. It's more of like a...
I taught him how to sit and how to fist bump as well.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
See, my thing is that your cat does weird stuff. Like, we were there, and then the cat took a shit in your shoe or something.
He didn't take a shit. He didn't take a shit in the shoe.
It was something like that.
Lily is allergic to cats, so I didn't let him into your room, but he was getting the shits that he wasn't allowed into the room, so then he went and peed in a box, which he'd never done before.
That's like typical cat behavior, though. They own you.
And if I'm going to allow the cat stuff to stay in, then I should also keep the hermit crab stuff in too. I don't think I want any pets anymore. I wanted to get a dog I wanted to get a French bulldog and name it Spicy Larry. But then now that I've got the kid, I don't think I'd want to go a pet.
Yeah, but they will eventually ask for a pet, so you've got to be prepared to be like, okay, we'll get a hamster or a chicken.
We currently we have 2 hermit crabs, so you could also have hermit crabs.
Oh Yeah, there you go.
You can paint their shells and stuff.
Yeah, ours are neon colored, so there's tons of possibilities. You never know.
Is that like the Simpsons episode where the hermit crab walks into like a Coke can or something? Is that like
So actually one of our crabs came in a periwinkle shell, so it's not even a crab shell. It has like a tiny weird snail shell.
So you're kind of like playing a practical joke on this poor crustacean, you know?
You would totally do that. You'd find the weirdest thing for it to have a home in, and then you'd be like watching it for days, being like, go into your home. Go into your
Get it
home.
in the shell yet.
What was the weirdest thing you could put it in? I was trying to think of like a sexual device that was hollow, but I don't know.
Oh
Oh my god. Stop.
They have like
This already, it's too early for this.
like a hollow
Jesus.
butt plug or I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But before I get too self-indulgent, let's move on to the real reason that I brought you here today.
There's a reason why I wanted you to be our first interview. First of all, it's because you've got one of the craziest family stories that I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But then the other thing was that I was worried that I would get someone in here and then they would tell me all their deep family secrets and then we'd joke about it and they'd get deeply offended. So I needed someone who had that, I guess, the correct sense of humor, I guess, is what I was looking for. And you seem to have that.
Yeah, you cannot offend me. That it's very hard to do when you grew up with a mom like mine, in a house like mine. But hearing you guys talk is the same exact way me and my siblings talk about our parents. And so I knew that wasn't going to be a problem.
You've sent me some screenshots of messages, and it is just like us talking. Like it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, my brother, he's good for screenshots. I could probably create an album, like an entire album of just the ridiculous things that my brother sends me and the way that we talk about my mom.
And without burying the lead any further, here is Maggie's story.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to start by explaining your mum, or do you want to go back and then just tell a story that starts at the beginning, or how did you want to do this?
So I was kind of thinking like so my mom's history is so complex and I don't even know where to start with her because there are so many wild things she did. So I thought maybe the best way I could do is like focus. And I think you had said at one point, like focus on a time period, like,
yeah, it might be the easiest.
Like 0 to 10, 10 to 20 or 20 to 30 or something like that. So, I mean, if you wanted, I could focus on like the crazier of those 3 times.
Do that because do that, and then I'm sure we'll have some questions. So it'll take us where we want to go. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I'll go from like 10 to 20 because 10 to 20 was like just you'll understand when we get there.
Okay.
So to like preface this, my mom is a career stripper.
Okay. To this
lifelong.
Day.
No, because now she's a sugar baby, but she doesn't even have to do that because he died in July. So she's set. She is set right now. She just got insurance money.
This is a big start. That's a very big start.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah. So that's like she took it and she ran with it and made it a career.
Wow.
And yeah, so I like grew up in a strip club. Like I have pictures of me at like age 5 having had my hair and makeup done by the makeup artist after being sick from school and not being able to go to the babysitter because I'd get her kids sick. So my mom took me to the strip club and I would just like sit under the makeup artist's desk and have my hair and makeup done and put on stripper clothes. And I have like pictures of me as a baby stripper.
Oh my god!
So
I managed it.
Yeah,
that's really messed up.
I managed a strip club.
Yeah,
and like children, why are you allowed to have kids in the strip club? We would never have that over here. That's illegal.
It was definitely illegal then in here. But yeah, I would just go in the back door and hang out with like the house mom and the makeup artist for the day. And like girls would pay me. So I would leave with like stacks of cash because they had to pay me if they swore. So so I would get
Oh, I
$1
love
per
it.
swear. Yeah, like I was making money. Like I had a great time. I was getting my hair done. I was getting my makeup done. I was playing dress up. I was getting money. They had made chicken fingers. Like it was great. Uh,
So did you
no
see what your
complaints.
mum was doing on the other side of the wall or whatever?
So I didn't see her in action, but I did see her, like I'd see her get all dressed up. I knew she was going out. I knew there were like guys on the other side. I knew that she danced on the pole because I would see her dance when there weren't men there, like before they opened and stuff. So I knew what she was doing, but I never like actually saw her when she was out there like doing her routine, I guess you could say.
This is wild. So again, going back to me managing a strip club. So I'm not sure about your club, but clubs usually have a house mum whose job is to prepare the girls and get them ready for the floor. My club didn't have that, so as the manager, it was my job to be the house mum as well. So
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in that back room there, and it's wild what goes on in there. Like a lot of swearing, a lot of not drug taking, but there's a lot of smoking and stuff like that. But then, I mean, also I did kick people out who were on drugs and things like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that you see back
Oh
there.
my god, swearing, boobs,
Yeah,
all of it.
there's
Like
it's all nudity too. Yeah,
I wasn't shielded. There was no like, oh, there's a kid in here, let's not do that today. I saw it all.
Yeah,
But
that's
it was
wild.
just like another day at the office. It wasn't like weird. I mean, I knew it was kind of weird because when I was a little bit older, I wouldn't tell people what my mom did for work. I'd be like, oh, she's a nurse. So I knew it wasn't like normal.
Well, she might have dressed up as a nurse once in a while.
Yeah,
so.
she definitely did. But yeah, I saw all the things and spent a good amount of time there
Okay.
as a kid. So that's my mom's career.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, I think, pun intended, sets the stage to kind of explain the rest of my mom, which is it matched that stripper vibe. Like our whole life was a party. Between like my mom's partying and by the time I was like, I don't know, 13, and old enough to start getting into that stuff, my mom was really excited to have a buddy. So sorry, I have to clear my throat.
Okay.
Sorry, it's like 20 degrees here and super, super dry.
20 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's freezing.
So you're cold. We're hot over here. That's all.
It's freezing and dry, and it's affecting my voice. To back up, when I was 13,
you were talking about how your mum wanted a buddy.
Yeah, and she wanted a buddy. I stayed home from school one day and had like cramps or some normal like teenage ailment, and my mom's like, "Oh, I have something that can take care of that." And this was right around when Barack Obama was being elected, because I remember because she rolled me a joint on the cover of Rolling Stone and his face was on it.
Oh my god.
And she's like, "This'll help."
Oh my god. I feel like that says something about the culture. I don't know. Just the Barack Obama and the joint being rolled in it at the time. I feel like there's some message there.
Yeah, it really stands out because it was like my mother rolling me something illegal on the president's face. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is
That's
so it just
so weird.
yeah, it's very strange.
It seems a little wrong.
It's very wrong.
Did you smoke it?
I did smoke it.
And that was like the first time, or that was a regular thing that you've been doing for years before?
That was my first time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was my first time. And she had the audacity when she dropped me off at my first rehab to be like, "I don't know how we got here." And I'm like, "What?" You don't know? But that's like, 10 to 20 is how I got there. But yeah, she wanted a buddy. She was like rolling joints for me. She was giving me alcohol. This like continued, and then around 15 is when things really escalated because we had a house fire. And it was actually Well, I guess they know now how the fire was started, so I can say it. It's fine. My brother started the fire. And here in the States, fireworks are legal some places, but not other places. And fireworks are not legal in the state that I live in. But my mom, in true, her fashion, had driven over the border of a state, which is like a federal crime when you cross state lines here. It's bigger than doing it in your own state. And so she had crossed over state lines with the fireworks, brought them home, and then left them in our garage and took off back to the same state that she had got them from, and was like, hey, I'm going to this biker fest and I'm going to give you this biker's number. Don't call it unless there's a fire. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm downstairs getting ready for a track and field banquet because I'm trying to be a functioning member of society, even though my mom's trying to corrupt me. So I'm like, I'm going to run track and field. That'll help. And so I'm getting ready for this track and field banquet. And my brother runs to the top of the stairs and he's like screaming. And he's like, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And my brother was so dramatic. I'm like so nonchalant, just like walking to the bottom of the stairs. And I kind of like smelt something. And I was like, okay, maybe he burnt toast. And I walk up the stairs. And across from my door was a glass door to the garage where the fire was. And all I could see in the reflection of the glass is just flames. And I'm like, oh shit, the house is on fire. The house is actually on fire. Those are big flames. Like the whole glass door was illuminated orange.
Did he do that because your mum said don't call unless the house is on fire? Did he do that because he wanted you to call her?
He never said that, but it's very possible.
Because I mean it's too perfect, right? Like don't call unless the house is on fire.
It's too perfect. And he was the type that like when she was out doing stuff like this, he would like call her 50 times, and rightfully so, like he wants her home. But yeah, I mean, I never even really thought of if he did it to call her, but I think that's actually a possibility that he did. And
he wouldn't even, he was quite young at the time, so he probably wouldn't even remember now anyway.
He if I was 15, he was 12. So he'd probably remember.
Maybe.
I could probably ask him and maybe get an honest answer out of him.
Aria would remember with her memory cabinets, but I would never remember that.
I definitely would remember if I'd done something like that.
I too have memory cabinets.
See? It's a normal thing, Lucas.
I understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, he set this fire, and they tell you all the things to do when you have a fire. But I just ran outside the house and I stood and I stared at it and I froze. And my neighbor comes out and thank God she was there. She had 2 kids close to my age, and she comes out and she's like, "Did you call 911?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "I'm going to go do that." And so she calls 911. I'm outside. I'm like, oh my God, my dogs are inside. So I run back into my house. I get my dogs. I come outside and so my brother had tied together a bunch of fireworks, and he tied them all together with like crafting wire of sorts. And it almost looked like, I'm assuming it looked like dynamite, how you see in movies. Uh-huh. And he then tried to aim it out the back window of the garage.
This sounds awesome. This is exactly what I would do. Yeah. So I completely get this.
So he ties, and he called it the super firework. He later admitted that he called it a super firework. So he made the super firework and he aimed it out the back window. And his plan, I mean, A for effort, but what he didn't take into account is that the garage is where we kept the dirt bikes and the lawnmowers and the paint thinner and the paint and the fumes. Anything that is flammable, toxic, boom, was in the garage.
I love how on brand everything is here. The dirt bikes, it's just, everything is so on brand. Fireworks, dirt bikes, paint thinner. This is incredible. And your brother sounds amazing too. I love this super.
He is. Oh my God, I could go on and on about that kid. He is something else. He's wild. He is a wild child. But yeah, he accidentally shot it into a shelf instead of out the window, and the shelf was filled with all those things. And he also Of course, he didn't light it with a match or a lighter. He used a blowtorch.
Oh, that's so
So-
awesome. This gets better and better. I was hoping it was lit with that Barack Obama joint. That's what I was hoping it was going to be.
No, just a blowtorch.
Just a blowtorch.
Just a blowtorch.
But yeah, just a blowtorch. But the blowtorch is what got him, because when the fire department came around and they wanted it, like, we wanted our insurance money, they're like, unless we know what happened, we can't give you the insurance money. And we found a blowtorch in the on position. So, and so my brother had to be like, yeah, so I made a super firework. I used the blowtorch.
Oh my God.
He had to go to the fire department and watch a video.
Oh
and
my
it was the
God.
second time he had to watch this video, by the way.
I don't think traumatic family memories have ever sounded as fun as that story just there.
See, like, I can laugh about it now. But yeah, I mean, when you say it, it does sound like it was a little bit fun.
Was the house leveled, or did it just get burnt out?
So we lost the garage. The garage wasn't like totally leveled, but like the whole back of the garage had to be rebuilt. We had to put like a trailer on the side of the house for probably like a year and a half to rebuild. We will rebuild. But yeah, we still have that house is still like in my family.
That's so awesome. That's such character to the
Yeah.
house. It's been burnt
And we
down.
still have the same neighbors that call 911. So like that's like, you know, they have our back. That's great. But yeah, so my when my brother lit the house on fire, why that is like so like pivotal in all of this is because, well, first of all, I have to rewind. I'm sorry. I called my mom on that biker's phone number that she gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hi. And she goes, I told you to only call if the house is on fire. And I'm like, yeah, house is on fire. And she goes, how bad is it?
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, well, they shut the road down. There's fire departments from 3 different towns and the house is on fire. So it's bad. And she didn't come home for like 24 hours after that still.
Wow.
And how far away was she at this time? Like a couple of hours, or?
She was like 4.5 hours away.
Oh, right. Okay. So not like she can just drive back quickly, or?
No,
Yeah, but you'd still be there after 4 hours for sure.
Yeah.
Like a normal parent.
You just
Yeah.
she would come back on the back of like some Harley, like some shirtless Harley driver. It'd be amazing to her just riding in through the smoke of the fire. Like that's what I can see happening here.
She would probably, honestly, no, she wouldn't come with them. She would steal their bike. She would arrive on their bike and be like, this is my bike now. I borrowed it, but it's mine. Like she would take their bike and come back. Yeah, that's just her.
Crazy.
Crazy.
But kind
yeah,
of, but kind of awesome, but crazy.
Yeah, crazy, but awesome. Like if it wasn't my mom, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's mine. So I'm like, I'm indifferent towards it. But yeah, so she took that fire and used that as an excuse to split us up. So then it became me and my mom, my brother that burned the house down. Like he's the one that burned the house down and he got to go with my dad. Like that, where's the fairness in that? But he burns the house down. He goes with my dad, and my littlest brother, who is like my pride and joy, got sent with his dad.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and she took like a lot of the money we got from that. There's an ex-husband in the mix too during this time who's also like tied up in the house. But she got some of the money from it and started like a crack binge.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's the fire kind of fueled that for her because she was like, cool, I can split up the kids and only have the self-sufficient one and do what I want to do. And so then I'm 15. It's just me and my mom. She's like crazy smoking crack. She's like dating a 26-year-old. I'm 15, 16. He's 26. She's 36 at this point because she had me when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
And she's dating this drug dealer, and I'm seeing all of this like firsthand living in the house with her as she's like dating this guy, doing all the things that go with dating somebody like that. And she's also
I don't. I'm just so many things went through my head with what dating a guy. All good. I think I get what that looks like.
There's just lots of money coming in, lots of
drugs as well, I guess.
Drugs, toys, money. Yeah.
Hermit crab homes.
Hermit crab homes, exactly. I tried to get a puppy out of it. I could not. He would not give me a puppy.
Did he have a hermit crab that lived inside of a crack pipe? Like, that would be kind of cool.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
So you're 16 here.
Yeah.
So you
just
said you're
just about to turn 16.
Because your story, you said you're going from 10 till 20. So this is the first 6 years covered here.
Yeah, and then
that's crazy.
16 comes around, and it's still just me and my mom. And what do you do for your kid's 16th birthday party? Obviously, you throw them a keg party. So that's what she did. And I, my 16th birthday party, it was me and probably 30 or 40 kids in my basement, in my backyard, in my house. There were Mardi Gras beads. Mardi Gras beads here, they're like these little...
I know the Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah.
It's the show us your tits beads, right?
Yes, exactly. I forget that we're in different countries. I'm like, oh yeah, so hold on. But yeah, there was beads, and it was absolute chaos. My mom in full attendance, happily chatting up kids at the party. It's totally normal to have a bunch of drunk teenagers in your house. And as a mom, I cannot imagine. But
did you enjoy the party? Was it when you were 16? Was it great?
I had a blast at this party. So yeah, shortly after that, I'm home alone per usual, because if my mom was either home partying with a bunch of people, or she was just not around. It was never an in between. She was just either not there or she was partying. And so I was home alone. My phone rings. I'm angry because there was no food in the house. And so my phone rings, and it's a dude, and he's like, "Hey, it's Vince." And I'm like, "Vince?" And he's like, "Your mom's friend." My mom was with Vince Neil from Motley Crue, because the strip club that she worked at was in a big city. So when rock stars and stuff like that would come to town, she had danced on stage in a cage for Kid Rock before.
Well, this makes sense, because you sent me pictures and videos of your mum, and that is her style exactly.
Yeah.
Motley Crue groupie. That's her look.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's what I said to you when you first started sending me some videos and things, was that, because you're telling me, how obviously she wasn't a very good parent and all this, but then I saw it and I said, she looks cool. This is the thing, is she looks crazy, but she looks cool. She's really well put together, presented.
Yeah.
And I've seen pictures of her when she's much older, obviously, but still, she looks cool, super cool.
And she is. I hate to admit it, but she is on paper.
It's in small doses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's when you actually have to put up with them for a long period of time. That's when the real problems come out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's like Dad.
It is.
That's very, very cool, but he's also not.
Yeah, the more time you spend with them, the more difficult it becomes and the more intense. But in short doses, they're super cool.
Yeah, it's hard to hide character flaws for long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet Vince Neil? Is that his name?
I did not, but both my brothers have met all of Motley Crue. My brother, that's 3 years younger than me, was picked up and held over the crowd by Nikki Sixx, and he yelled, "From the cradle to the motherfucking grave." and my brother just did the horns to the audience.
Oh, jeez.
And but my thing is I cannot be bought. I can't be I saw through my mom's stuff, and so these things, these people, these events and stuff didn't really mean much to me or hold much weight then.
It's all superficial.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't, like, he's like, oh, it's Vince Neil. And I'm like, okay, where's my mom? Like, I'm home alone. Like, cool, you're with my mom. And he's like, yeah, so she actually, like, went with him for, like, a week and left me home.
Wow.
But thought softening the blow would be, like, having him call me, ask if I was doing my homework, and, like, let me know she's not coming home.
But even him calling is creepy too. Like, it's weird him calling.
It's just so weird.
And you're still quite, like, you're 16, 17 here.
Yeah.
It's kind of a douchebag move as well to call someone's younger daughter.
Yeah. Like, you're taking my mom, like, you're calling me to tell me that I'm going to be, like, an orphan for a week.
Yeah.
That's messed up. And then my mom.
And then, oh, don't forget your homework.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, don't, like,
Yeah.
like, homework, I'm starving. Like, yeah, so she went with him for the week. She sent me, like, pictures of her, like, out shopping at, like, malls and stuff, because I guess she didn't come with a bag.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's a bonus. She didn't plan on staying, but
So the thing that I like, because we looked into with our parents, like with mum especially, borderline personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder.
yeah.
But there's another one that I know the least about, but I think maybe your mum falls into this one. This is the histrionic personality disorder. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it, but I also don't know much about it. Like, I've seen it because I spend a lot of time in the narcissistic parent subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen that mentioned in there, but I don't know much about it.
I've got a thing here. So it's basically like, what are the traits of histrionic personality disorder? So the first one is attention seeking. So they're uncomfortable when they're not the center of attention, and feel depressed or unappreciated when they aren't seen as well. So that probably sounds like your mom, right? Maybe.
Yep. Always.
You've got emotional expression, having rapidly shifting and shallow emotions and being extremely emotionally expressive.
Yes.
Physical appearance, being overtly concerned with their physical appearance and using it to draw attention to themselves.
She's had, like, multiple plastic surgeries, and it's never enough. So yes.
And I think strippers, they're known for histrionic personality disorder. It runs right through that profession. Speech, speaking in vague and impressionistic manner and lacking detail. I don't know if that's one or not.
Yeah.
Relationships, thinking that relationships are closer than they are and having difficulty maintaining relationships.
Yes. Yeah, she has, like, nobody left at this point.
But then when she's with them, she feels like they're super close, but really they're probably not super close, I guess.
Yeah, she thinks, like, everybody is her best friend, closest person, confidant. Like, if you're on her side, like, you can't, like, there's no, like, acquaintance, like, or, like, kind of friend or somebody you're, like, friendly with. It's, like, kind of like an all or nothing type of thing.
Mm-hmm. The suggestibility, being easily influenced by others, especially those they admire.
Yes. I'd say abandoning your kid to take off with a rock star for a week is perfect there.
This one, I'm not sure about this. Impulsivity, needing instant gratification, becoming bored and frustrated easily. Does that sound like her? Maybe.
To be determined.
And then the last one is provocative behavior. So acting inappropriately sexual or provocative even when they're not sexually attracted to someone.
What? Yeah, that's her.
I think of you with your 16-year-old birthday party hitting on all your friends as well.
Yep.
This is, like, pretty clear as it gets. Like, she's...
And this is, like, a new area for me to look into, because, like, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's her. So, like, I'm gonna look into this.
On this Google that I searched, it's got an image. The image here looks like your mum even. It's crazy.
You're going to say, it's your mom. So I'd be like, that's crazy.
At first I thought it was a younger version of your mum, but then I zoomed in and it's not. But very strange.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, that's cool, because that was actually one of the questions I wanted to ask about, but it seems like that's probably a pretty clear one.
Yeah.
Histrionic, yeah. So maybe that's the subreddit you should be looking for.
I might have to switch subreddits now.
Okay, so let's have a look. So as you're getting older, so 16, as you're getting closer to 20, so legal age in the States is 21, but in Australia it's 18, but it sort of feels like once you hit 17, 18, you're kind of reaching that adult kind of stage.
Yeah,
there.
so here actually 18's an adult and 21 is just the legal drinking age.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, 18 And my mom actually had a sign up in our house that said checkout time is 18. Like, she was very clear, like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. See ya.
Like,
the minute you turn 18, she's like, got your bags packed.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
She was...
Again, it's an asshole parent move, but at the same time, very funny and kind of cool.
And she'd show everybody. She'd be like, hey, look at my sign. And like, and people would be like, oh, that's great. Like, nobody was like, hey, where can I get one? Like, no. Cause,
yeah. So were you out at 18? Was that it?
So around 16 and a half, between 16 and 17, my mom decided that she was actually done momming me and she was going to become a comedian and move to California. I could go with her. I didn't want to. I had good reasons to not want to move to the other side of the country.
Fair enough, yeah.
With her. But yeah, she had wanted to move to California so that she could become a comedian, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. And I kind of like bounced around with some family members for a little bit. And then she came back a little bit later. She came back like shortly before I turned 18. And we spent time probably like 6 months together. And then I went and I moved in with a boyfriend, and that was like right before I turned 18. I was out. But I basically, like, I would bounce around from house to house or be at a friend's house. Like, did I live with my mom? Yeah. But if she wasn't around, like, I was having dinner with friends or staying at my best friend's house for a couple days. Like, so I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but completely out before I was 18.
Okay. Well, what about like child services? Like, even when you were having that 16-year-old party with all the alcohol, weren't there any parents who called the...
So CPS got involved one time. One time they got involved, and it was after the fire, unsurprisingly, when there was children left alone in the fire. And I had a boyfriend at the time who was like 16, which there's like, I was 15, he was 16. There's age things in the States. So like, they didn't like that like a 15-year-old was alone with a 16-year-old. We were going to a track banquet. He was driving me there, whatever. But that's like what got them involved, was that there was no adult in the house, and like a 16-year-old boy, a 15-year-old girl, and then a little boy.
Yeah. Right.
And so they got involved, and my mom like coached us beforehand. And basically made us like, she didn't want us, so I don't know why. Like, it would have been much easier if we'd gone elsewhere. But yeah, she coached us and basically scared us into sticking by our story that my dad was on his way to the house and was going to be spending the weekend with us, and we were not going to be left alone for the weekend.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. And my dad was not on his way there, by the way. And even there's a newspaper article. There's a newspaper article about the fire, and it says that had the fire happened at night, because there were no smoke alarms because my mom smoked cigarettes in the house. Had the fire happened at night, there would have been 3 casualties.
Wow.
Which would have been like me, my dad, and my brother. But my dad actually wasn't supposed to be there. It would have just been me and my brother.
You just said before, you said that you don't know why your mum coached you. She didn't want you there anyway. Do you... So, I mean, this is the hard thing, right? Do you think your mum... Do you think she really didn't want you? Is that what you really believe?
I truly believe that she is one of those people that like had kids because that's what you're supposed to do, and had kids because she thought it would like fill a void, but didn't actually like want to be a parent. Like, just wanted like the accolades that come with it, wanted people to follow her lead without question, wanted to be loved unconditionally without like giving it back. Like,
have you always felt this way, or did you come to terms with this at some point as you got older?
This is like what I've come to terms with processing in therapy the past like 5 years.
Yeah, because that's one of the ones that it's that going back and wondering how much the parents did out of like affection or love, or how much they did it out of just their own gratification, is one of the things that I come back to a lot.
Yeah.
With the parents, and I get very bitter about it, where I'm like, they were just doing it for themselves anyway, and they don't really care about us anyway. And you've got a much more extreme version than any of the stuff that we've got there. But I just wonder what it's like to have it so it's so clear that it's one way.
Yeah.
And if that's any easier to process, or maybe you come to terms with it sooner, or yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's honestly, it's been easier to process under, regardless if it's like a narcissistic personality disorder or the histrionic, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, personality disorder. Having a name for it instead of just like, she doesn't like us, like, and being able to like make sense of it and to see like patterns in behavior and compare notes with other people has made it easier to process.
I suppose when you look back at it as well, like, you know, maybe you're noticing some things that she did and you're like, oh, well, that was just because that's what she wanted to do, not thinking about anybody else.
Yeah. And then also like becoming a mom too, like I look back at things and I'm like, it was never me, because this just came now. Like my kids were born and I just like became mom. Like I don't think that happened for her, because I don't think she like, you know, was like really in it.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my questions, because one of the things I think I've said to you as well through the messaging is that you sound like a super mum. Like that seems to be what you're all about, is the kids. And I was wondering if you thought that was a reaction to what you had growing up, or if like you said, if it came naturally and it was easy for you, or if it's a mix of both.
Absolutely. I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a mom. I was like the mom for my brothers. Like I didn't really have much of a choice when it came to them. Always wanted to be a mom, and then always wanted to like, I'm so happy that I have a daughter, because I always wanted to have like a mother-daughter relationship. And like, I didn't get like it with my mom, but like I get to do that with my daughter.
Yeah, your mum was more about the cool friend thing, right?
Yeah, like she wanted to be my friend, and like I've always just wanted to be like a mother to a daughter. Like, or have like, I get so jealous when I see like moms like doing like nail dates, and like I've never like gone out to lunch with my mom. We never got our nails done. We didn't do shopping. We didn't like talk about boys, like stuff like that. Like that wasn't our relationship.
I have this thing where I think because of the upbringing that I had, it prepared me in a certain way to be able to handle difficult people or aggressive people. So I feel like I can handle those kind of personalities, and it's helped me thrive in some difficult workplaces. And I feel like it's sort of my superpower. I'm wondering, having your upbringing the way it was, do you think you have a superpower from that?
I thrive in chaos. Like, put me on a timer and like I get shit done. Like somebody said like I should be, I forget what the term is, like in like emergency situations, like I am so calm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess that's like trauma, like having been through so much, not much like triggers me. So when a situation arises, there's many situations where like everybody's running around like crazy. Besides when my own house is on fire, I am great in emergency situations.
Yeah, but you probably would be now, because you've been told
I know what to do now.
Yeah, you'd be who gets that experience at 16 years old,
right? But yeah, I'd say that my superpower is that like in emergency situations, I thrive. In chaos, I thrive. Like I was a waitress in a high-paced restaurant, and I'm like, that's like, so that does not overwhelm me, that does not overstimulate me. Like just having to like go is like, I think that's my superpower.
I don't know if you wanted to talk about this or not, but I know one of the things that when we were chatting a lot, you organized a a group of mums against I think it was like a child predator or something.
Yes, I did do that.
If you're happy to talk about that, I thought that was really impressive and very brave, and maybe it was your history that gave you some of the strength to do that.
Yeah, so I actually when I was 17, I was myself assaulted and had to go through the court system in our district, or whatever you want to call it. So I have personal experience dealing with this publicly, because what happened to me was in the newspaper, and with the system and the way it works where we live. And so that's like my experience with that. And then something had happened in our town. I live in a small town, and on the road that I lived at the street that I used to live on, shortly after we moved in, my son was 2, and a child predator lived in our neighborhood that we had no idea about. And he tried breaking into somebody's house unsuccessfully. And then a couple nights later broke into another house and got in, went upstairs to a little kid's room.
It's horrible.
And was found naked in the kid's room.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no.
that's disgusting.
No,
Yeah.
that's gross.
Absolutely disgusting, right? So you'd think they would like lock him up, throw away the key. He got released. I forget if it was 2 or 3 years to the day, almost, like within a couple days of when it had happened originally. He was released because he was considered like one of those like mentally incompetent to stand trial or whatever. Like he's got developmental disabilities, and he's not from this country. And so there's like a language barrier too.
It's not much of a language barrier. Don't touch our children. Like, it's pretty simple.
Thank you. Like that's it's universal.
Yeah,
I thought it was universal, at least.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets out within like, I think it was like within a month of him like getting out. He went to the local park, which was very close to the same street that he first did it on, hid behind a bathroom, and it was broad daylight. There was a soccer game going on. He jumped out from behind a bathroom and like lured a 5-year-old boy and tried to like sexually assault him and kidnap him.
Oh, God.
And he was on an ankle monitor.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. So he was released, supposedly being watched on an ankle monitor, and still was able to lay hands on a child and traumatize them.
He shouldn't be allowed anywhere near parks or anything at all anyway.
No, and they didn't give him any like restrictions besides like he had a curfew.
So what's the point of the ankle monitor then?
That's what none of it made sense. It was all very like they let him slip through the cracks is what happened. And he tried to hurt another kid. My son at the time was 5 years old. And the first time it happened on our street. So I took it really, really personally. But I didn't even know it was the same guy. So like I heard the second thing, like, you know, the kid at the park, I had heard that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting flashbacks to what happened a couple years ago. That's so disturbing. And I had like commented something online, like, this is reminding me of what happened on this road. And somebody was like, it's the same guy. And I'm like, what do you mean it's the same guy? He should be. I was under the impression that he was locked away since he was naked in a baby's room.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I found out it was the same guy, and I was pissed. And so people on this Facebook thing are all commenting like, if we want change, we need to show up at the courthouse, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, what time? Like, when? What time? And they're like 9:00. I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys there. I'll bring my sign. I was the only one there.
Oh my God.
And I was the only one there. And so I got there and I had my sign and I'm like, well, I'm here. I'm still mad. So I'm staying.
That's awesome. So you stayed there by yourself?
I stayed there by myself for hours with this sign. And some people came and talked to me, and a lot of people like waved, and some people beat, and I just stood there and I was pissed. And I was pissed for like all the reasons that I've just said, like, you know, because he shouldn't have been out. It shouldn't have happened again. It's a child. Like, obviously I'm mad, but like, I'm also mad for like, you know, my younger self that didn't have anybody that got pissed for me and want to stand with signs. So I'm like, I'm showing up for this kid, these parents, like, this is not right. This shouldn't have happened. Somebody needs to be mad.
I was going to say, it's crazy that you were the only person and it wasn't your child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just a kid the same age as mine that lived in the
crazy.
same neighborhood, and it could have been my kid. Like, it could have been any of that. That was the thing. Like, more people should have been mad because it could have been your kid.
But it takes one person, right? One person has enough determination to stand out there. Other people see them, and then that's how it builds from there.
So me standing out there, even though I was by myself, I ended up getting on like 3 news channels, and I made a video on an Instagram page that I had created, and it got like I think like 10,000 views or something like that. And then the second time that I showed up, there were more people there, and we had like professional made signs. And I really do think that helped put eyes like on them, because where I live, it's like, if they don't have eyes on them, they're not going to do anything. Obviously, they're not going to do anything because this guy was able to get out again. But they ended up switching him over to like the Superior Court, which is a lot more serious charges. And instead of sending him back to like a mental institution type of place, they sent him to general population in jail, which is where he belongs. So
and this is your superpower, right? This is you've got courage under fire.
Yes.
You've got determination.
Like I act well under pressure, and I also think that I'm like kind of fearless, almost, like, not to be like, oh, I'm fearless, but I'm thinking of it and I'm like, no, I'm pretty fearless.
You sound it like you went to a
That's
protest
cool.
by yourself.
Yeah.
A one-man protest.
I actually think that we should stop here.
I wasn't sure what direction the recording with Maggie would go, but when it was finished, I was sure of one thing.
There's a lot more I want to hear, but I think for this time around, I think we've got enough.
I was certain that this story wasn't finished yet.
But if you're interested, I would love to have you back for another episode.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. There's so much I could
It's super interesting.
So if, like me, you feel like we've only just scratched the surface on Maggie's story, then consider yourself in luck, because there is more to come. Next time on Walking on Eggshells with an Emotional Vampire.
Rehab's actually kind of crazy because you like don't remember the first couple of days of it, and it takes a day or two to snap out of it, because they give you medication. They give you like comfort meds and meds to help you not have seizures.
Oh, of course.
And so, like, apparently one of the times I was there, I had been given a little bit too much of that medication, and it messed me up way worse than they made me worse than when I got there. And one of the girls that was my roommates had to go find an RA and be like, hey, something's not right with her. She thinks she's on an airplane getting her nails done. And
oh, gee.
yeah, so they had to like lower the dose a little bit on that one.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Walking on Eggshells with an Emotional Vampire is recorded, edited, and produced by me, Lucas Shaw. Thanks for listening.